20 seconds. Here we go. Stand by. And 3, 2.
Good evening. Which repeater are we? Stand by.
Stand by. Those on YouTube, stand by.
Yeah.
This has come up quick for some reason tonight, hasn't it?
Yeah, it always does.
You think we'd be more prepared after, how many seasons? 26 seasons? Now that we haven't been in 26 seasons.
Right.
No, it's just
We
a
haven't
year
been in
26.
We haven't been in 26 episodes, but yet
It might feel like it.
it feels... But if it felt like it, we'd be more prepared.
Oh, yeah. Might want to get this map on, too. That might help us a little bit.
Yeah.
Might need...
One less thing I got to do at the moment.
Hello, YouTube.
Yes.
YouTube land.
We're it's not technical, it's more like physical problems.
Well, that 30 minutes comes out quick.
Doesn't
though.
it?
That extra...
All right.
We were enjoying dinner too much, weren't we?
Oh, that was good.
Okay, I think we are.
Are we RFing now?
Yeah, I don't see the.
No,
We're not connected.
we're not connected yet. So if you're on YouTube, say hey,
Oh, that's why.
and if you're on YouTube and RF, tell the RF folks that we'll be there soon. No, it's not.
All right, I think we're connected. Okay, I do see the PTT.
So we're RFing now.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
RFing now.
All right.
All right, very good. Okay, this is well. Let me just do this the right way. Good evening, good evening, and welcome to the North Georgia Amateur Radio Regional Net. Kilo Mike 4 Golf Alpha presents the newest, most interesting net in amateur radio. Tonight we're live from Studio Vanguard, and we're linked in with the following repeaters.
Tonight, we're linked in with Bisky at 444.625, Buckhead at 442.025, Currahee Mountain 444.225, Fort Mountain 442.850, and Hobbit at 444.350.
Actually, I think Hobbit's still broken.
No, it's
is
still
it?
broken.
Yeah.
Anyway, this net takes place every other Thursday at 7 p.m. I would like to thank all of you that have joined in our mission to promote and exercise the arts and science of enjoying amateur radio. We further seek to cultivate and develop the next generation of radio enthusiast amateurs, both young and old.
Your net control tonight is Kilo November 4 Hotel Yankee November. My name is Justin.
And this is Tony, N4 TVZ.
And this is Rogers, KR4HBU.
On this directed net, we will discuss this week's topic and other topics of interest. What topic are we interested in this week?
Well, tonight we're going to talk about the next step, your next step in amateur radio.
Fantastic.
Upgrading your license to general or extra.
Nice.
You know, I think there's a couple of upgrade opportunities right here in the studio.
You know, I need to get that general.
I'm feeling the pressure. You know, I mean, from that end of the trailer down
Yeah.
there, with a lot of pressure going on.
It's good pressure, though,
It's
isn't
good
it?
pressure.
Yeah.
Fun.
We will not discuss politics, religion, or any subject that becomes divisive or disruptive. Our goal is to bring people together to find common interest and productive and informative conversations. All conversations should be enjoyed as though our family members are in the room. Guest check-ins are welcome from anyone with a valid FCC amateur call sign. So I think we can go ahead and get right into it. Let's go ahead and see if we have anyone ready to check in. Does anybody have the log up?
I have the log up.
All right, let's do
Don't
that.
have anything else going on, but got the log up.
All right, let's stand by for check-ins to the North Georgia Amateur Radio Association Thursday evening net.
Is it the same log for both?
No.
Oh, Lord. It's not?
No.
Then I have the wrong one up.
All right. Let's see. So do I. So this one says blank do not use. Let me make a copy of.
I forgot we had switched over to a different one. I grabbed the other one by mistake.
This is Kilo Zero, Alpha Mike Tango. That's Kilo Zero, Alpha Mike Tango. Colt from the carpet capital of the world, checking in.
Colt. All right. We got Colt.
Get one started.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me close this one.
This is Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Foxtrot Golf, KR4S, KR4JSG, David and Winder checking in. This is
HPU, isn't it? The last one? U.
H24 MJL, still expect 4, White Juliet Lima, Bobby, over at the Vortex in White County.
This is KQ4 MJO, present.
Forgot to tell Julie the pudding was great.
I wonder why Rooster's website's not pulling up.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I tried to pull it up last week. I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think they have a Yelp page or something.
Oh, okay. Let's see if I can.
Some kind of off-brand.
You know what? I'll just pull this one on. Let's see.
All right. Let me go ahead and acknowledge what we have. Just a few check-ins. We have Kilo Oscar, Kilo Zero, Alpha Mike Tango. That would be Colt in. Where's Colt at? He's in
Something about carpet.
Carpet.
Something about carpet.
He's. I think he's in the wool.
In the wool.
Next we have. I think this is the right call, but I'm not entirely sure. It didn't auto-populate. But I have Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Sierra Golf, and that I think was David in Winder. Got you in along tonight. And then we've got Bobby and Joe. I've got Kilo Quebec 4, Mike Juliet Lima, and Kilo Quebec 4, Mike Juliet Oscar, Bobby and Joe at the Vortex in Cleveland. That's all we have so far. Let's go ahead and take a break for any additional check-ins, and we'll get started.
Over here.
Okay.
So all the responses from me on there.
Okay. That'll be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It looks like the actual YouTube feed is from the right channel, so that's all right. That'll be okay.
All right. So
No additional check-ins.
no additional check.
All right, no additional check-ins. So we're gonna have a quick net tonight, I think.
Well, we have some things to talk about.
Well, yeah, we do. All right, so
Got a couple YouTubes, but I haven't got them in there yet. But
all
give me a
right,
minute.
that'll be fine. I think probably the next thing we should be looking at would be the announcements. So let's go ahead and take a look at. Here they are. So let's see. You already know who I am. This is Kilo November 4 Hotel Yankee November. With live from Studio Vanguard with this week's news and announcements. So it says tune in tomorrow night for the North Georgia GMRS Network's Friday night at 9 Simplex Challenge on the Monument Repeater. Tune in to learn about emergency comms and the use of simplex frequencies. Also, beginning at 7:15, the North Georgia Amateur Radio Association, that would be us, has the Friday night at 9 2-meter simplex challenge on the N4K HQ repeater. Let me break.
Okay.
I hate it when it happens. Come test your radio's reach in the world of simplex. Don't miss Saturday Night Sessions, a ham radio talk group with your host Dana, as he talks about your happy place in RF. Is it DMR, D-Star, POTA, SOTA, HF, Mesh? Tune in this Saturday at 7 on the NGARA Network repeater. Any of those repeaters should do. For any amateur radio operator, the Georgia QSO Party is taking place on the 11th and 12th of April in 2 time slots. On 11 April, it's from 1400 to midnight. And on the 12th, it's from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. It's a great chance to work all the Georgia counties for that award and make some new friends, maybe close to you. And because we're talking about county-to-county communications, likely close to you. The following weekend, April 18 and 19, is the Georgia Parks on the Air. That's going to be running concurrently with the National Support Your Parks Weekend. The goal is to get all 52 state parks activated. So if you're looking on working on an Activator Award, a Hunter Award, or Worked All Counties Award, or just want to make contacts, that'd be a great weekend to engage. Bring a friend. Don't forget all the contacts count for other awards too, like the QRZ USA 250 Award, to make contacts with 250 U.S.-based stations. You can apply those other parks as part of your American 250 Award. That's a special Logbook of the World Worked All States Award with a special award design. Also on April 18, North Georgia Amateur Radio Association will be hosting its first amateur radio test. The test location will be the Rose Creek Public Library in Woodstock. That's going to be at 4476 Town Lake Parkway. Testing will require pre-registration and will begin at noon. You can pre-register at the Laurel VEC website. Just Google Laurel VEC. That's the easiest way to do that. Go to the Laurel, it'll be larc-vec.org. Go there and search for test sites in Georgia. Choose the one in Woodstock. I may have goofed up because it's listed twice, but just go there, and when you find the Woodstock location, there's a link towards the bottom of the page, and it's an impossible link to talk about. It's a Google Forms link, and it's letters and characters and numbers that looks like complete gibberish. I don't even know how to describe it. But if you go to that website, look for it towards the bottom of the page. It'll be the link that appears just above the words "Other Scheduled Sessions." Go there and find that. I may post a photo, a screenshot
Let's say
on
I
the
just got
Facebook
into
page.
it real easy on that first web page. If you go and then put your zip code 30189, which is Woodstock,
Yep.
and then search.
If you do that, or if you just put Georgia in the lower search bar that you were at.
Right.
So go ahead and click on the Woodstock one there. Click on info.
You got it in there twice.
Yeah, it's in there twice. Justin goofed.
It's all right.
All right. And so if you go down to the bottom, just above where it says other scheduled sessions, there's a link in there.
Here.
And you can copy that link out of that and then
Oh, this
paste
link.
that. I don't know why you can't click on it. But you copy that and paste that into your browser, and that will take you to the pre-registration form. Go in there, fill out the form. Oh, it's time to break? We're probably past time.
Probably test.
Let's break. Go in there and fill out that form to pre-register for the amateur radio session. So do that, and I'd love to be able to host a ham test for you.
Come on. And how much does it cost?
The cost is free. There is no charge whatsoever.
Free.
It's a Laurel VEC. We're going to grade your tests electronically. The test results are available immediately, and they get electronically submitted for pretty rapid results. Chances are you'll have your call sign later that day.
Nice.
So
Can't beat free.
you can't beat free, and you can't beat fast.
True.
We don't have to mail anything in. Everything gets submitted electronically. We should have all the paperwork done before we leave the facility. So there's nothing
Nice.
for me to follow up on or forget about once we leave. So we'll get all the paperwork done, everything submitted and filed electronically on the spot, and usually results in a pretty fast turnaround. So you may very well get an email with your call sign that very same day.
Nice.
All right. Next, we've got some gatherings, some luncheons to talk about. So that would be the Kennesaw gathering happening. It's the Meet and Geek. That's going to be on Tuesday, April 14th at noon at the Old Town Grill on Cobb Parkway. It's right around the corner from the McAllen Airport. Bring your radio or your Meshtastic programming issues to discuss and resolve. Also, I think the latest thing is, what is that? It's Mesh Core.
Mesh Core.
So
Are we switching over yet? I don't know. I haven't asked Ed.
I don't. I'm not enough in the loop, and
No.
Ed's not available this evening.
Right.
So we'll have to check with Ed next week to find out more about Mesh Core and what that involves. So I may, next time I see Ed, I'm just going to give him my node and tell him to make it magic.
Make it work.
Yeah. So definitely check into that. You can go to that Meet and Geek. You can get your radio programming issues resolved. If you need to program a radio, bring it with you. Let Ed know ahead of time so he can be sure he has the right programming cables and software for that. If you need to reach out to Ed, you can find him on GMRS almost all the time at Atlanta 557. Or you can send him an email at wrqg806@gmail.com. And let him know that you're coming. Let him know what radio you're bringing. And he'll be sure he has the right cables for that. Or he'll let you know.
Right.
If you're bringing something really weird.
He might need you to bring your own cable.
Yeah. And your own software. I don't know. Okay, next we have the Northeast crew. Is that right?
Yeah.
They just celebrated their 3rd year of lunch at Rooster's Cafe. It's a big thanks to all of the folks who have attended through these past 3 years. It's been great meeting so many people with a common interest in radio. Let's break. With a common interest in radio that we all share. Our next meeting for April will be on Wednesday, April 29th. Always happy to see new faces on the last Wednesday of each month. Find us at Rooster's Cafe in Dahlonega for great conversations and laughs. For more info, you can contact Atlanta 403 Bobby. He's also KQ4MJL. Or you can reach out to Gainesville 44 Joe, and Joe is also KQ4MJO. They're both on the air tonight. So if you have questions about the luncheon, tonight would be a great time to come on the air and just ask. So they'll be listening, and they can help out with any information that you might need, like the address. Do you know how to get to Roosters? It's pretty easy to find, but
Yeah, I've been there a couple times.
yeah, I mean, if you know how to get to 400, just take it north until it ends. And
Right.
Roosters is pretty much
Just
On the
after it
right.
ends, it's over there on the left, on the hill.
on the left? I thought it was on. Yeah, it is on the left.
It's on the left.
It's on the left.
Yes.
Yeah. The other right.
The other right.
Yeah.
Go
And-
past the light, and that's over there on the left.
Let me break. We've got one big announcement coming up. Let me break. We'll come right back to that. All right, folks, you're going to be the first to hear it.
You're going to tell
So-
them now?
Yeah, I'm going to tell them now.
Okay.
I think I'm supposed to tell them now.
Well,
We-
did you get the okay from Gary? I know there was,
Yeah, well, I've been in trouble before.
well, okay.
It's
As
comfortable.
long as you're taking the heat.
It's comfortable territory for me. North Georgia GMRS is pleased to announce our next social event, the 5th annual cookout hosted by the Smith family. Trey, Gainesville 287, Lynn, Gainesville 286, and CV, Gainesville 285. Saturday, May 9. Plan to eat at 12 noon. The site will be opening for parking at 11 a.m. This year, we're excited to announce this event will be held once again at the infamous flagship repeater site, high atop Sassafras Mountain in Pickens County, Georgia. The address there, write this down,
Write this down.
2996 Monument Road, Jasper, Georgia, 30143. This is important. Due to parking constraints, we find that it's necessary to limit attendance this year to 150 persons. Therefore, you want to RSVP very soon. Make sure you make your reservation. You do need to be on the reserved list to attend. When we reach the 150 limit, we will make a notification of such. One more important announcement regarding the Smith family cookout this year. We're going to put a special touch on the event with some live music presented by For His Name's Sake. It's a gospel trio comprised of Lisa and Kenny McGill and our very own NGARA member Barry Suggs, Chattanooga 61. Since this year's event will be an outdoor location and is dependent upon weather, the event could possibly be canceled with no contingency dates. Keep your eyes on your email and in the days leading up to May 9, as we will be keeping our eyes on the weather leading up to that date as well. The menu is simple: hamburgers, hot dogs, chips, and all the fixins. Kind of like just before net night, right?
Yeah, net night.
We didn't have any chips tonight.
But we had some really good banana pudding.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was tasty. So I don't know if there'll be banana pudding at the cookout or not.
No?
There could be.
Okay.
We'll just have to. I don't know. It's not listed, so I think that there's no money to bring. We just want your attendance. We're not interested in paying for it. The Smith family will take care of all that. We do ask that everyone brings a lawn chair and bring your easy up or your pop up tent so that your group can be in the shade.
There is no seating there.
There is no seating, and
Unless you wanna sit
we're
on
on
the
top
grass.
of a mountain, and so you're a little bit closer to the sun. You might want to bring some sunscreen and maybe a little bit of bug spray. Let me break. This would be a great opportunity to for the family to take a ride into the mountains. You see some great views on the ride up the mountain road. You meet some fantastic people that we've talked to on the radio and in general. Just meet some great people. The views from atop Sassafras Mountain, where flagship is located, are spectacular. For radio enthusiasts and the family, you will see the intimate workings of a true commercial-grade repeater site, the one and only flagship. This will be a chance to peek inside the cabinets and see what.
See how things work.
Yeah, there's all those blinky lights, and you can get a better understanding of what it takes to make a repeater like flagship operate. On the way to the event, you might want to tune your radio to the Monument repeater. We'll be monitoring and transmitting any critical updates and pertinent information. If you need some help, some assistance with directions, you can call out on the Monument repeater. You're going to receive on 462-550, and that's going to have a tone of 141.3. And Monument receives on 467.550 with a tone of 141.3. Send your reservation to NGGMRS events, plural, at gmail.com. That once again, that is NGGMRS events at gmail.com. Send the number in your party. Make sure you list everyone's name and put that date on your calendar. May 9, noon
May 9th.
at Flagship.
All right.
So good stuff. That's all the announcements we have this week. If you have any additional announcement that you'd like for us to broadcast, send me an email at justin@nggmrs.org.
And I'm sure we're going to try to get all that on the Facebook page as soon.
I think there's going to be a post, probably with everything that I just read.
Right.
And
So that was a lot of information.
I believe there's going to be an email blast going out to the membership. So
Okay.
if for whatever reason you don't get the email, then the only reason you wouldn't get the email is because you're not in our current system. So that would be because we've changed from the original. I don't remember what it was. If it was GoDaddy, I don't know what it is now. It's Shopify, or I'm not sure. In any case, when we changed over, we lost all the registration data from our original site. Therefore, if you don't get an email, it's because you probably were registered on our original site and that didn't get carried over. If that's the case, if you're not getting these emails, you'll need to go to the webpage and submit. Yeah, just like they're showing on the screen there.
On the YouTube side,
You're
can
going
check.
to submit click on the update your info button right there at the bottom of that page. And that's going to take you to a form that looks like you're applying for membership. Let me break. But when you get to the bottom of it, you can submit that form and there's no charge. So fill that out and make sure your email contact information is correct. And then you'll start getting the emails related to the Smith Family Barbecue. So be looking for those. I don't think the email's gone out quite yet, but be on the lookout for that. That should be coming out very soon. All right, that's the end of all of our announcements and stuff. So I think at this time we're going to go ahead and...
So we have a bunch of YouTube check-ins.
Are you caught up, or do you need some more time? with
I'm
that?
pretty much caught up.
Let's go ahead and acknowledge the check-ins we do have. I think I acknowledged some of these already.
Did you?
Well, the RF ones. Well, I'm going to go through them again. We've got Kilo Zero Alpha Mike Tango Colt in where's he at?
Something
He's
about carpet.
He's in
Right? Carpet?
Carpet
Capital?
Carpet City.
Capital? In
Carpet
Dalton.
Carpet City was a carpet store up in Harlan, Indiana, I believe. Not Harlan, but Maysville, Indiana.
I
Maysville.
recognize Maysville.
Yeah, that would have been Carpet City right there at the. No, that was C&J Carpet. Where am I thinking of? Carpet City.
I don't know.
I don't know either. Anyway, that's where Colt's from. I didn't realize he was from Indiana, but apparently he is.
Is he?
We have Whiskey 9 November Kilo Yankee is Danny. That's a guest chat? Oh, that's a YouTube chat.
That's a YouTube.
Oh, you were just filling the hole there. All right.
That's filling the hole.
So, Danny, we've got you in log. On RF, we've got Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Sierra Golf, David in Winder. We've got Kilo Quebec 4, Mike Juliet Lima, Bobby in Cleveland. Kilo Quebec 4, Mike Juliet Oscar, Joe in Cleveland. And on YouTube, we've got Kilo Romeo 4, India. I've lost the mnemonic for V.
Victor.
India Victor. November James.
It's in mine. That's what I remember.
In Ackworth. It blew right out of my mind.
Right.
Next we have Kilo Quebec 4, Papa Foxtrot Bravo Mark in Adairsville. We have Kilo Romeo 4, Juliet Foxtrot Golf David in Winder. Is David in here twice?
Might be.
Maybe I got his call wrong. We have two Davids in Winder. Either way, I'm not entirely sure. And the Noodle, we have November 0, Delta Lima Mike, Dana in Dahlonega. We have Kilo Quebec 4, Tango Sierra Bravo, James in Cumming as a YouTube check-in from 32,000 feet. Is that
something like that?
Is that what I'm? Let's break. I think that might be. I think that might be somewhat accurate. We've got Whiskey Mike 4 Golf. Is it Andrew? Is that the North Carolina border?
Yes.
And then we have Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima Tango. That would be the Canton man, Scott.
Is that Scott?
In-
I thought it was Scott, but
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
He's the Canton man from Holly
Because
Springs.
Scott didn't put his name on the YouTube and the login.
Yeah. So Scott's going to be one of the VEs.
Is he?
Yes, he is.
Nice.
So thanks, Scott, for helping out with that. We have another brand new VE that we'll be bringing to our April 18. That's going to be Greg Dowd.
You're looking at me like I should know this.
Yeah, you should know that because it's on the email that you never got.
Okay. All right. Well, once I get that email, I'll know then.
Yeah. So I am looking for another or a couple more extras that would be willing to help out with some VE operations. We're probably going to be looking at a schedule that looks something like maybe a little bit more than quarterly.
Yeah.
We might do 5 test sessions in a year. I don't think we'll do a lot more than that. But if you're interested in getting engaged and contributing to the amateur radio community, this is a great way to do that. If you're an extra, that would be fantastic. If you're looking at becoming an extra, we're going to be putting together some material to hold an extra study session. So it'll be a 6-week study session. We'll meet for 2 hours, one night a week, in the evening, probably at the library there at Woodstock, and on a 6th week we will have a test session. So I'm looking for 5 people to be in that class, and if we have more, I think we can make that work. But I think 5 is a really good number because it'll give us an opportunity to be able to really work together, study together, and hold one another to some level of accountability.
Nice.
So if you're interested in that, send me an email at justin@ngGMRS.org, and we'll start looking at availability and scheduling, that kind of a thing. So I need to figure out what's going to work for everybody. Obviously, it's hard for me to do anything of that nature on a Thursday night.
Right.
Friday nights are tough for me too, because I'm usually exhausted because of getting all wound up from what we do tonight.
Right.
Let's break. And I'm resistant to do anything on a weekend because weekends are so valuable to us.
Yeah.
And I want to be sure whatever we do, it can be something that we can commit to for 6 weeks.
Right.
I don't want to be 3 weeks into this and I can't make it because I've got this I've got to go to. I've got my kids' thing I have to be at. I've got,
Right.
because these things happen on weekends. But I think if we do like a Tuesday night, nothing ever happens on Tuesday night.
Not too much.
Tuesday or maybe Sunday afternoon.
Maybe
Or
a Sunday
evening,
afternoon.
maybe.
I wouldn't be opposed to a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could make that. But send me an email and tell me that you're interested in studying for extra, and we'll see if we can make that happen. That's how I got my extra. I was involved in a study group. There were 6 of us, and it was a great experience because, and Scott can tell you because he was one of the 6. It was a great experience because we all had a level of accountability to one another. So when it was time to show up for the study session, it's important that you've done your homework, that you've gone through the material, and that you're ready because we all expect you to engage and be involved and have ideas and have suggestions as to how to get through some of the tougher questions. So there's 50 questions on the test.
Right.
All right. You don't have to know all 430 questions, or however many are in the extra pool. I don't remember exactly. You don't have to know all of them. You don't even have to be able to answer all 50 of the questions. It's okay to miss a few.
Right.
The goal is to get the test, to pass the test, get a passing score on the test, because the real learning happens when you begin to apply some of the things that you can do with that amateur extra license. And I think that that's true. That's true, in everywhere. How much did we have to learn before we got our GMRS license? Right.
Right.
We had to learn how to navigate that crazy website.
Yes.
That was the real test. But once you start playing in radio, And I'll tell you, folks that are interested in GMRS, folks that are interested in becoming hams, because I would imagine there's several on the YouTube live stream right now. If you're interested in becoming a ham, your experience in GMRS radio is get you halfway to the technician's license.
Right.
All right. You've learned things about radio propagation. You've learned things about FCC rules. You haven't learned everything, and some of the rules are different. Some of the behavior is different, but the concepts are there.
Right.
All right. The framework is there. And so you're halfway, or maybe more than halfway, to knowing what you need to know to become a technician. So a little bit of study can make the difference and can get you over the hump. And that's really the goal here, right? Is to get our GMRS friends ready for their next step along their radio adventure.
And I'm sure there's a lot of them out there that want to go to that next step.
There likely are. Let's break. We'll come right back. There likely are. And there's some. I mean, I'll tell you, there's one that comes in mind. Every time we would talk about testing for an amateur license, every time the subject would come up, Tim would come on and say, I'm a GMRS lifer, and I'm never going to pursue anything more than this. GMRS satisfies all of my radio needs. So what would I ever want to become an amateur radio operator for? Well, he's now an amateur.
Wow.
So I, and it doesn't mean that's for everybody. There's going to be a lot of people that are quite satisfied with what they do in amateur radio, and that's okay. And if you never become a ham and you achieve all that you're looking for in two-way radio as a GMRS operator, that's just fine. I just don't want anybody to feel like that's the best you can ever do because you can't pass the test, because I'm here to tell you.
The tech is a lot easier than the extra, that's for sure. But then, when I passed my tech, I didn't think I was going to pass it the first time either. I did, but I didn't have much knowledge. It's just study those questions, online. Right. There's a couple things out there that you can do it, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad at all.
There's some great tools available, and we'll be talking more about some of the tools that we're going to use for the extra study guide. Now, there's no cost to take the test.
Right. And
there's no cost to enroll in the course that I'm going to lead, but you will have some expense in the materials, and we'll get more into that as we get closer to doing it. But the program that we're looking at using for the study is Ham Study Prep, and so they offer a warranty, a guarantee of sorts, that if you don't pass the test on your first try, you get your money back.
Right.
So, we'll probably all pass. I think that we will. But I think it's a good program, and I think that it offers a great opportunity to get you to that next level.
And they have both ways. You can do They have books you can get.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people they don't like the online. They don't do much with online. So, there might be some older school people out there that just want a book, and they have a book.
And the book is good. The online material is a great way to, once you've read the book, the online material can help you to go to a much greater depth of understanding of the material, because it explains the material very nicely. So the videos that they do online, and you can just do the videos if you don't want to take the time to read, you can just do that. I think your best chance at being able to pass the test is going to be a combination of both.
Right, and it looks like Ham Study, or the Ham Prep, is running a special for VIP access. Normally $100 is now $79.
And let me break. What I like about that is that's the one that offers all three levels.
Right.
So you may end up buying, you buy the course, and you take your technician and get that, and you may live there for a while.
Right.
When you're ready to upgrade to general, the online content is going to be current.
Right.
So hold off on getting the book, but the online content will be current.
Correct.
And then when you're ready to actually pursue that, then get the book at that time, so that you can be sure that you have a book that's current. Another really good study program is the Learn the Easy Way by Craig Buck. He's got a series of study guides. Now, those books focus specifically on the correct answer. So it'll give you the question, and it'll give you the answer. it doesn't give you all of the wrong answers. It gives you only the correct answer. So you're studying just the right information, and you don't have to learn all the wrong ones. All right.
That's good.
I think that the by filling your head with all the correct information and ignoring everything that's wrong increases the likelihood that you'll recognize the correct answer when you see it.
Right.
So I really like those programs. That's a good one to use. But we're going to use the ham study because I really like the warranty that they offer. If you don't pass, you get your money back. If you don't pass on your first try. So that doesn't mean, because you've already got the book, right? You're not going to send the book back.
No.
You're not going to send any of your access to the. You're not going to give up
Your passwords
and stuff. So you're going to have access to the videos, but you just get your money back. And then they feel very strongly that you are going to pass, and you're not going to need your money back. So I think it's a good program. I think that they've put their money where their mouth is.
Right.
In essence, and they're saying that they have the confidence that you can do it. You just need that same confidence, and I hope that we can help you get that.
Yeah, and if you're on if you're listening, YouTube wise, and you're on your GMRS side, I mean, if you use the radio at least every day or a couple times a week on the North Georgia GMRS side, I suggest try to get your tech. I mean, like I said, we have free testing. You can test. Your testing is not just for the extra that you're talking about. It's for tech, general, whatever you want to come take.
That's right. That's right. You'll be able to test for whatever level. So,
Right.
If you do need to upgrade, this is a great opportunity on the 18th to do that. And if you want to become a technician, this is also a great opportunity for that. If you are one of those few that are able to study and learn and retain and can sit down and go through all three tests,
Right.
we're going to make that available to you.
Right.
So, if you pass and you haven't studied for anything else, we're probably not going to offer you the next test.
Right.
But if you tell me that you've studied for all three, let's break. If you tell me that you've studied, then we're going to give you the opportunity.
Right.
Now, within the rules, it is permissible
Right.
to take the
next level.
general without having passed the technician.
Okay.
We're not going to play that
Right.
because that puts a lot on us to keep track of who's passed which version of which test. We're gonna insist that with us, we're gonna insist that you take them all in the correct order.
Right.
So
Excellent. Okay.
yeah. So let's break. Let's go on to whoever's on our roster here and see what their thoughts are. Let's break. What license does Colt have? Does anybody know?
I think he's got his extra.
He's got an extra?
I think so. I want to say yes. I know he's at least a general.
All right, Kilo Zero Alpha Mike Tango Colt. Are you interested in upgrading your amateur radio license?
No, I think I'm just here for the fame and the ability to talk on the net. I got all the licensures and all the FCC thanking me for my services that I think I want or is available. But I will tell you, as I've moved up the licensure level over the years, I do believe mastering the level you're currently on before moving up is, at least have a really good understanding is great, instead of just jumping right, from technician to general, et cetera. But yeah, I think I'm willing at this point to help others get their license. That would be kind of cool. I find it very fun. I own a shop, or a couple shops, and I leave the net on, GMRS and other things on in the shop all the time, and people listen to it. And, I had two people last week join the GMRS. I'm just listening in at the shop. But y'all are doing a good job, guys. Back to y'all, Net Control. Kilo Zero Alpha Mike Tango from the carpet capital of the world, downtown Dalton, Georgia.
Very nice, Colt. Well, that's cool that he plays the radio
Right.
at the shop. People get to listen in on, hey, what is that on the radio? That's kind of neat.
Cool.
Yeah, that's very cool. Appreciate you doing that. Colt, do you have an area in the shop that would be suitable to maybe hosting a test, perhaps after hours?
Could be the northern segment.
Absolutely. You know, we've got 2 or 3 more people from the Dalton area that's got on the GMRS side alone. So I think we're getting close to the point of being able to have a Dalton bunch, as we would call it, or another North Georgia bunch. But yeah, no, there's a couple places in town. There's like Oakwood Cafe downtown. I know they would be very eager to host. I could probably host I don't know, 10 or 15. That being said, I tell you, just letting the radio scan in the shop and let the customers listen to it, the amount of questions that I have about GMRS and amateur radio, and hey, if the grid goes down, can I talk to my family Marietta or someone else? And then I explain to them what North Georgia GMRS is. I show them the map, show them what the ARA map is, and so on else. I tell you, the level of interest with the world falling apart is quite high, extremely high, especially in the community I'm in.
Oh, definitely. You know, I used to send postcards, all right? I would do an FCC search of new GMRS licenses every month in the state of Georgia. And I would send, 50 to 100 postcards a month to new licenses. But one thing that I noticed is that every time something happened, some natural disaster, it could be a hurricane, it could be a tornado, it could be just some kind of a weather event, or for instance, when the AT&T building got bombed in Nashville. Do you remember that? What was that? 2018, 20?
Yeah, it's been a
2020, something like that. I don't remember exactly when that was. I think it was around 2020. When that building got bombed, I think there were something like 180 new licenses issued in Georgia that month.
Wow.
So every time something would happen, I would see a spike in licenses. Now, I haven't been sending postcards to new licenses for a couple of years now. And, North Georgia GMRS is big enough that it kind of, the word of mouth thing does more, I think, than the postcard efforts ever did. But, it was just fun to see that trend happen with that. Now, we are seeing a bit of a bump in memberships when some of these events occur.
Right.
But it was more visible, I think, in seeing the license applications with the FCC. So, when things happen, people do take a look around and what are my choices? When communications are cut off because of the AT&T building being blown up, they cut off internet.
Well, what was it?
And phone service.
We had AT&T blackout. What was it? 2 years ago? Because that's what got me into looking at other alternatives at the time.
And blackouts happen at various levels, right? So sometimes they have they've pushed a update to a router somewhere that goes haywire because of that, and that takes. We had that happen here on the railroad a while ago. We had just certain types of traffic that were being blocked, and it was a router in Texas that was blocking traffic all over the East Coast. So figure that one out.
Yeah.
And why was any of our traffic even being routed through Texas? But that one device, several states away, hundreds of miles away, had an impact on communications traffic on a commercial basis. Didn't have any impact on casual consumer users. It was just commercial traffic. So we've had stuff like that happen. But various levels of failures can occur, and sometimes it takes a few hours to figure it out, and sometimes it's longer. It just goes to show that the vulnerabilities in our network are there. Let me break. I saw a video on YouTube recently that talked about the way that the old copper wire telephone system was designed. And, man, it was bulletproof, right? Really? So if you had a storm blow through, if it took your phone line down, that's one thing.
Right.
But if the connectivity was intact, it worked. Your phone worked.
Nice.
If you had buried lines and you didn't have the risk of trees coming down on your lines, your phone system was going to work. You'd be able to pick up the phone and you could count on a dial tone. And the backup and the resiliency, the way that system was built was just so solid. We don't have that anymore.
And you know what? I remember as a kid, sometimes storms would come through down in South Georgia, and it would knock out the power momentarily or for, a couple hours. But the phone lines would still work.
Yeah.
The landline.
There's a reason for that. That system was built on a DC voltage system. So it was backed up with batteries, with lead acid batteries. That plant was made to run off of DC power, and it could run for days without generator input. And the way those plants were built, there was every expectation that the power could go out. And so that technology was just super solid. We don't have that today. We have cell towers that don't even have generators at the site. Many of them do, but many of them do not. And the backhaul is very vulnerable. So the cell tower may be fine, but it has no way to connect to the rest of the network. There's just so many things, so many vulnerabilities to our network as it stands today. And it's not solid and resilient like the old system was. We gave all that up, and there were legal requirements that the physical network had to meet to be able to be installed and maintained. And so if you're going to operate a telco, you had to be able to do it the right way.
Right.
In the cellular world today, it's just not that
and
at
I don't
all.
even think we have that much backup or alternatives on the power side. I think we're getting better, but if power's out down the street, it takes out the whole block and all that. It's not just your house. If your line to your house is down, that's another thing. But the backups now, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the networks, the utilities are definitely not built with the backups and the robustness that we once enjoyed out of our utilities in the past. So that's I think one thing that we see with alternative communications and people being interested in having a way to communicate if the phone goes down. Let's break. Because it's really not a matter of if it goes down. It's more a question of when is the next time it's going to fail, and at what level. Are we going to lose the ability to make phone calls? Are we going to lose the ability to have text messages? Will we lose the ability to watch YouTube on our phones? What element of that communications, what layer is going to fail next? And with GMRS radio, there's just not that many layers. It's up or it's down. It's in or it's out. It's not dependent on a lot of things other than having a little bit of power to run the repeater.
That, and you could always simplex.
And simplex is great, but from Dalton to Marietta, that might be a challenge.
No, but down the street.
Yes. And, you get into a situation where you've got severe storm damage, and it's wiped out a lot of resources and a lot of utilities and things of that nature. Simplex can be very valuable when you get into that scenario. So don't discount it, but if you're trying to reach your family 3 or 4 counties away,
no, it's not going to happen.
Then you need a linked repeater system for that. So good stuff, Colt, and thanks for running that in the shop. And we can talk a little bit more about test location and a test event in the Dalton area. I'd love to be able to bring that up there. Next on our list, we have David, Kilo Romeo 4 Juliet Sierra Golf. David, did I get your call sign right? David in Winder.
No, you did not. There's only one of me. And it's KR4JFG. That Sierra is a Foxtrot, not a Sierra.
All right, there it is. It's a Foxtrot and not a Sierra. Okay. So there's only one of you, but we're going to put you in the log twice. Would that be all right?
We need the numbers.
Works for me.
All right, David. Well, David, do you have any interest in upgrading your amateur radio license?
Well, I don't think there's anywhere else to go from extra. but I will share. I shared on the Facebook post for the net my experience taking general and extra at the same time. So I did all three of mine in the course of probably a couple of months. I did technician online, and what I discovered when you do it online is they really would prefer you only do one because they schedule it, and they really don't want to tie up a second slot in case you don't pass the first one. And then moving on, when I did take the general and extra, ran into a little glitch where I was doing it on an electronic device, and I logged out of it, and they didn't ask, and I didn't mention I was planning on doing both of them, so it was a big mess to get logged back in to take the extra. But we got it figured out, and then one of the check-in guys walked over to me, and the VC did not like that at all, or one of the VCs didn't like that at all, and he was just making sure it was working, and that was a big mess.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that would be such a challenge. I think if you're testing with us, because we're basically starting off on paper, we're going to hand you a paper test, we're going to hand you a paper answer sheet, and that's the end of the paper. Once you've submitted your test results, we're going to grade that electronically, and we're going to submit those grade results. And if you pass your technician, we're going to ask you if you've studied for your general, and if you have, we're going to give you the opportunity right there to go ahead and take that. I know that sometimes they have time constraints, and we will have some time constraints as well. The space that we have reserved at the
we're renting the space. It's not free.
That's right. So it's and there are other events that are happening sometimes. So the last time we were at that space, we had to be out for. Actually, they let us extend our time, but they did ask that we be sure that we're out by a particular time because there was another group that had a reservation.
Yeah, I think
there.
right after us, they didn't have something immediate.
Yeah, if they have the flexibility, they appear as though they'll give it to us, but I don't think it's something we should count on. So I'm willing to spend as much time as we have available to make sure that if we get a chance to do the hat trick with someone, I'd love to see that.
Right.
But at the same time, I can understand.
Or even a twofer.
Yeah. I could understand where that might be challenging for some groups to do. So, but you got all three, and that's fantastic. Winder's not all that terribly convenient for you to come all the way over here to Woodstock and help us out. But I am looking for some extras to help out with testing on April 18. If that's something you're willing to do, that's great. But with the distance involved, that's certainly not an expectation. But if you are interested, send me an email at justin@ngGMRS.org, and we'll get you plugged in. And maybe we'll save that for an event that's closer to you. One of the things I intend to do is hold events at several locations.
Right.
So we're not going to do every month or every other month in Woodstock. The next test that we do will probably be toward the end of May, or maybe even in June. And that might be the extra that we do for the study session.
Right.
But more likely it's going to be something in some other location in the North Georgia region. So might be within the perimeter of Atlanta. It might be Dahlonega. It might be, I don't know yet. So
if we get enough response and people wanting to take it, we can set up something.
It might be at a tire shop in Dalton.
Maybe. Could be.
So don't know for sure. We don't have anything firmed up yet, but that's the kind of program that I'm looking at operating is, have test, will travel.
And I think if you're looking to find a place to test, let's break. If you're looking, you want to take the test, put something on Facebook, make a post that, hey, I'm interested and I live in this area and all that. Maybe we can start gathering the content of putting one up somewhere else. Yeah, definitely interested in doing that. So good stuff. Glad you made your extra, David. And I don't know where you go from there. I think now that you have You've
those
already
credentials,
reached the limit, right?
Well, I mean, yes and no. All right. So he's got as much license as he can get.
Right.
But what are the limits in what you can do in amateur radio?
I don't know that there is any.
I don't know if there is any. I
Right.
mean,
I think
there's
it's as much as you can think.
whatever you can think
creatively.
of.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, you can apply radio to just about everything. So there's a million ways that you can engage in the hobby and in the science of amateur radio. So
I want to try a moon bounce one day.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty fun.
I think that would be cool. Yeah, I think a moon bounce would be a lot of fun to do. I've never tried anything like that. I've done a little bit of satellite stuff. That's kind of fun, but I've done satellites. All right, well, been there, done that. I don't have a lot of interest in pursuing it. Joe Domaleski has this really cool antenna that's VHF in one plane and UHF in the other.
Huh.
It's made specifically for hunting satellites. So it's got a grip on it. Tony's having a cough session. It's got a grip on it that you can use, that you can manually track the satellite as it goes overhead.
I like that.
And it's got two leads that come off of it, so you can put a pair of HTs on it, so that you can
That's neat.
monitor on one and transmit on the other. So it's a neat little rig.
And he probably made it himself.
No, it's made by Arrow.
Okay.
So if you go to Arrow's website, there's a dual band antenna, and that's specifically what it's for, is for satellite tracking. It's VHF and UHF, so you can track the satellites using that antenna.
Very nice.
Made by Arrow. So yeah, cool stuff. David, thanks for that. Do you have anything else you'd like to add?
So yeah, I learned after the fact, and I don't know, it might be dependent on the organization or whoever is doing the testing if they're prepared to do it, but if you do your research on a vanity call sign and you're prepared, you have your list, you might be able to slip in a request and not have to pay for it when you do an upgrade. I'm not really clear how it works, but my understanding is that is a possibility. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's interesting. I'll have to explore that, because I'm not aware of any place, when I submit your documents for approval, where I can request a call sign for you. So I don't, maybe there's a way to do that with ARRL. We'll be using the Laurel for our VE. And so maybe it's different, but I'll do some research and see if that is an option, and I just haven't seen it yet. I'm brand new at this, so there could be a lot of things that are possible that I don't know.
Well, see, that's the other side of continuing your education with, even if that you have an extra. Now you're setting up
Become
tests
a
for
VE.
you're a VE now, setting up tests for everybody else. So
And
it never stops.
No, it doesn't. And I've got a whole booklet of stuff to go through. It's like studying for an exam, because I'm not going to take a test. I'm already credentialed, but I still have a lot of stuff that I need to know and know how. And people are going to ask me questions I'm going to have to be able to answer.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of study on my part to be able to do this as well. So, but I'm looking forward to it. And when we go through the extra class, I'll be studying that material pretty much all over again.
Yeah.
It's been long enough. I couldn't pass the test. If I had to sit down and take the extra test today,
Right.
there's no way I would pass it. David, do you think you could pass it if you had to take it again today?
I'm not sure. I definitely did not do as well on it as I did on the general, but I didn't do too bad. I think I was in the 80s, but I know when I was doing the practice test, both on technician and general, I was hitting some hundreds occasionally. Not every time, usually 94, 97, a few hundreds, and then the extra I was hitting the 90s occasionally, but usually in the 80s. But I don't know if I could.
Yeah, and I'm fairly certain that I could not. But fortunately, I don't have to take that part of the test again. But I am interested in going through the material with a group of guys or gals, and learning with them again, just because I want to help. I want to help a group of people, get over that.
Yeah, I don't know if I could pass my general again.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to maybe do a quick study, a couple hours to
Mhm.
do it, but I don't know that I could pass it again.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, I mean, we can arrange for that test to occur, but it won't count for anything. it's the extra that we need to get you to study
Yes,
for.
exactly.
So
Well, and I'll say this. You know how we say, well, if you're on GMRS, you're halfway there. The first 8 questions of my technician's test, I never studied. For some reason. It was like 1 or 2 sessions where I didn't study as much as I probably should have.
right.
And I looked up at the VE, and I just shook my head. I was
Right.
like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But I came out okay.
Yeah.
But that just goes to say that, if you're doing radio already, if you're in deep with GMRS, you're halfway there, probably more than halfway there. So it's not as hard as you make it out in your mind.
Now there are some people that just and I've seen this comment. I can't tell you how many times where I know the stuff and I can answer the questions, but man, when you sit me down for a test,
Right.
my brain just freaks out and I can't do it. I just can't do it. There's got to be a way around that, and maybe we can find an environment where it's more casual. There's maybe not some pressure, but for people that experience that phenomenon, I don't doubt for a minute that people get jammed up
Right.
over something. Like I couldn't come up with Victor.
Right.
A half an hour. I just it's in there. I know it's in there.
But if given multiple choice, you probably could.
We give it, yeah.
Definitely.
But
Yeah.
trying to rattle off the mnemonics, the phonetics, I just couldn't make it happen. We're hands-on creatures.
Right.
We do things with our hands, and our mind is an important element of that. But the academia of taking a test is not something that we're all built or wired for, and I can appreciate that.
No, and I don't think, well, at least my generation, probably ours, we didn't take a lot of tests online.
Oh, certainly not.
The younger generation, they were fine with it. The iPad's out and we just take a test.
Right.
That's the way I had to take mine. And there was quite a few people in the room at the time, and it was a real noisy environment. And I had to really kind of concentrate.
Right.
It slow my
With
mind
your-
down. It's like, okay.
With your number 2
Kinda-
pencil.
Well, no, this was an iPad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But there was still
Yeah.
a lot, trying to read the question and then all the noise going on around because, all the studying I did was quiet time. I'm sitting there studying. It's quiet. I'm trying to learn. So I know what you mean as far as you can kind of get rattled with that in that group environment.
Mhm.
But then again, if you fail, you fail. It's free.
That's
You're-
right.
You're just out the time that it took you to get there.
That's exactly right. So there's no cost if you're going to come and take a test with me. Let's break. And I think that's something that I really want to emphasize is that the only thing you really have to give up is the time that it takes to come
Right.
and take the test. So you do have to pre-register. And basically when you pre-register, you're filling out those forms. All of the data that you submit on those forms is going to come back and it's going to populate our submission for your license.
Right.
So make sure you get it right. Make sure that you spell your street name correctly. Do we need to close this one too? You can just kind of push on it and it'll close.
Yeah, we got some flying creatures in there now.
Yeah, well, we got
More
a
than
we got a
We have
great
the doors open, people.
a great big door.
We have a big door open. So.
But yeah, just come and take the test.
Right.
You're not out anything except for the time and the experience, and it may just very well be that I hand you the easiest test in the stack.
Right.
And, it's kind of the luck of the draw. Some of them have more math.
Right.
Some of them have more rules. And some of them have more application. So wherever your strong area is, hopefully I can give you the test that you're strongest in. And we can get you a pass.
Do you know when the pool is changing?
Well, it changes different for each class.
No, I meant in the question pool.
Right.
Doesn't it every so many years change?
I think it's roughly 4 years in each class, but each class changes in a different year.
Okay, each class changes. Okay.
So it depends on which class as to when the next set of rules changes are. Now, here's the thing: is most of the rules in any given class are going to be the same. We're gonna get rid of a handful of rules, and we're gonna add in a handful of new rules. So hopefully, the committee that selects the rules will get rid of stuff that is less pertinent and no longer valid, or is maybe outdated in some way, and we're going to bring in things that are more current and more useful and more applicable to how radio is used today. It's an evolving platform, right?
Right.
The things we do in amateur radio now are a little bit different than they were 10 or 20 or 30 years ago. So, and that's always going to change. That's why there's an evolution of the pool of questions within that. So, maybe one day I can be involved in a rules selection, but I don't know. It's not specifically a pursuit of mine, but I wouldn't say no if I were given the opportunity.
I'm just glad we don't have to do CW anymore, because I don't know, my brain works that way.
I think you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
I think if you had to do CW, you'd catch on to it quicker than you think, and I think there's a lot of value in CW.
I think there is too. I would love to be able to do it.
I can't.
Yeah,
I can't do it either. Let's break. But I think that the greatest value in CW is it takes so little signal, so little power to be able to pass a CW message. And we could very well be in a situation, especially for grid down, where we need to transmit on a very minimum amount of power. We need to be able to send quickly and get off the air,
right?
So that maybe we can't be located. We need to be stealthy, but we also need to be able to be communicative and be able to send information and news about what's going on and where we're at, things of that nature. So definitely don't discount CW, but I know why. I understand why people are intimidated by it. I am as well. I'm fascinated by it, but it's hard for me to really think about sitting down and learning CW. Julie has an interest in it.
Right.
She'll probably learn it before I will, but I don't know when that's actually going to be. Let's break and see who's next. Thanks for your comments, David. Next on the list we have KQ4 MJL. That's Kilo Quebec 4. Mike Juliet Lima. Bobby at the Vortex. Bobby, do you have any interest in helping out as a VE? Do you want to host a site for us to test at?
Not at the Vortex, though.
Or do you want to take your extra? You took the general twice. You may as well take the extra twice.
There you go. Look at the dates on that.
Yeah, during your let's breaks, you're not dropping long enough to drop. Anyway, no, I'm good. I'm a double general extra, and yeah, I'm good to go with that. Yeah, I can't go much higher than that. So, yeah, if there was a place around here that, you guys ended up being, figuring out where to do a session or whatever, I would probably do a VE for that. But somebody's going to send me the info on becoming any information on that right now.
Well, I might just need for you to go up there and find me a location somewhere in that region and find me a handful of people that are
actively recruit people that need to take their test.
Yeah, I think you got one sitting right there next to you that could probably stand to upgrade. But
hammer thrown.
And if we can find a location, ideally we would find a location. Here's the thing I like about a restaurant is sometimes a restaurant will let us come in and test if we'll buy food. And, so that might be a good thing to do. We could hold a test session at a restaurant. The trouble is they're often pretty noisy.
Mm-hmm. That's where I took mine.
Yeah. So it's really going to be hard for people to have that quiet, concentrated time at a restaurant. But, if we were to take a test at a place like the Yellowstone Steakhouse in the Carpet Capital, if you pass your test at the Yellowstone, you can
And-
get a free salad with the purchase of a buffet. At
I
the
missed
Yellowstone.
that. I didn't purchase the buffet, but I did pass the test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you cheated then.
I didn't get a
Yeah,
salad.
that's all right. Well, had you purchased the buffet, you would have had the opportunity for a free salad.
I don't know, getting Bobby out of the vortex. I mean, Bobby, you eating good tonight at the vortex?
Oh, yeah, we had great here. Nice potatoes. It was real good. Always a good meal at the Vortex. Always surprised and a good meal.
Well, good stuff. And yeah, I know that that most of us engaged in radio are certainly well fed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that funny how food is always
Always around
an
somewhere,
element that
isn't
we revolve around. Yeah. So what about YouTube? Do we have any interesting comments from the YouTube community?
No. Scott's mentioned a couple things about bouncing, the moon bounce, but just get the antenna. You know, you could use it for other stuff, satellites too.
Yeah.
So, it's been pretty quiet.
What antenna do we use for the moon bounce?
Whatever
The arrow?
the arrow.
Okay.
He said you could use it for satellite too, or something to that nature.
Ah, very
Same
cool. All right. I've never explored the moon bounce. Because that's the same frequency up and down, right? Well, it would be because you're reflecting off of the moon.
thing. Right.
Somebody had made mention on Facebook about we need a repeater on the moon.
Right. I saw that.
I think that would be cool.
Like a moon simplex channel.
That's right.
I don't think one's going to do it though. I
Oh,
think it's
no,
going to
no.
be a little busy.
It would be very busy.
Lot of traffic.
I would expect, yeah. We need a wideband or a multiband repeater on the moon. But the moon bounce thing is neat because I think you could do that with just about whatever you had. I think it would maybe take a little horsepower to be able to have enough signal coming back.
And is there a certain frequency that you moon bounce on, or just kind of whatever you choose?
I've not really explored that. I would think that UHF would bounce better than VHF, but I don't honestly know.
Well, here's the thing: we have all three licenses here, right?
Yeah,
From tech, general to extra,
right.
and we still don't know.
So,
So
that's-
even you can get the test, but you're still going to learn even after you pass the test.
and I really feel that's when the real learning happens, right? It's one thing to learn the elements of the test, and to know that material, to be able to pass that test, there's value there. There's a lot of rules information there. There's a lot of science information there. There's frequencies, there's calculations, there's things that are useful in application to what we do. But the real education is when you begin to apply that knowledge and then you learn what works and what doesn't work, what frequencies are best for moon bouncing. I don't know. That's something that I would have to learn.
Right.
I would need to do some study. I would need to determine what equipment I have. Do I need to make an antenna? Do I have an antenna that would work? Do I have to buy an arrow antenna?
And I'm sure there's somebody on our network that knows.
It would be awful if I had to buy that arrow antenna.
Put it in Julie's name.
Are they costly? I didn't even check.
Most of the antennas on that webpage are a little bit more than you really want to spend.
Okay.
But they're also quality pieces. So, I think the value is there. Let's break. Bobby says I'm not
Long
breaking
break.
long enough.
We're going to do a long
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Long
Well-
RF break.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what that was, but
I don't know.
That was something.
somebody came in. That might have been Bobby saying it was long enough. All right, let's check and see. Bobby, was that long enough?
Yes, much better pause.
That sounds like Joe.
That was Joe. KQ.
All right, Joe. Well, since
MJO.
we've got you, you're next on the roster. That's going to be Kilo Quebec 4, Mike Juliet Oscar. Joe, do you have any ambitions in upgrading your license?
At this time, I haven't done any studying or working towards that. It's not out of the realm. Just haven't taken the time to put much thought into it. I'm happy in the rocking chair I'm sitting in now.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Joe. I've heard that. I've heard that many times. Happy in the chair I'm sitting in now, and that's fine, really. There's if you're satisfied with where you're at in radio, that's fine. It's okay. But I think deep inside we all have a hunger for a little bit more. Who's ever really satisfied?
Well, I'm satisfied until I'm not.
Uh-huh.
So you do GMRS and the Simplex Challenge, and eventually you're gonna reach a limitation. You change out your antenna, your coax, you try to find an elevation and everything.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, what's next? Can I push that signal out further? And so that's where we get into amateur radio as well.
But then again, I think we have in our networks we have both sides of it. We have a lot of people that are just happy talking back and forth on the repeaters, whether it's GMRS or on the amateur side. That's what they enjoy talking. They enjoy conversation, and they not really concerned about the RF side. But yet, go ahead and get your tech at least. That way, you can talk on the amateur side. There's a lot of repeaters on that side as well.
Yep, there are, and even without being a member of North Georgia ARA, there's a lot of repeaters available, and there's lots of opportunity to engage. So, and there's lots of community in radio, right?
Right.
So you have with that technician's license, you have various clubs that you can become a part of.
Yeah, there's a lot of 2-meter and 70-centimeter bands.
Yeah.
With repeaters.
So find a club that does stuff that you're interested in doing. Like that North Fulton Amateur Radio Club. You want to talk about moon bounce and satellite tracking.
Right.
They got a whole trailer that's specifically made for tracking satellites. Have you seen that trailer?
I haven't.
So they usually bring it to the Stone Mountain Ham Fest, but it wasn't at the last one. But that trailer is really cool because it has an array of antennas that are motorized that will track as the satellite passes overhead. So what that does is that lets you reach that satellite when it's lower on the horizon than you can if you're trying to do it from the ground with a handheld. Because it's
That's smart. I
15
like
or 20 feet in the air, so it's got some elevation, but it also is very accurately tracking the position of that satellite as it passes overhead. So instead of having 5 or 7 minutes of communications as that satellite passes, you've got 10 or 12 or maybe even 15. So you have a much greater window of opportunity to be able to make contacts with the satellite as it passes overhead. A very, very cool machine. And there's a lot of hobbyists that build their own tracking machine. The software is available online. Let's break. So basically you're using Arduinos or Raspberry Pis that have servo controls that are driving these servo motors that very accurately will position azimuth and the angle, I guess, the azimuth and the angle, the yaw or whatever, as the satellite passes overhead, and you can extend your own communications time with that method. Did you get him?
I think so.
All right, good. Don't want to bite me, whatever that thing was. It looked huge.
And we were talking about repeaters, and in the RF and in the radio, is up to your imagination. But one thing that I do is I program in a lot of the repeaters in Georgia, throughout Georgia, in some of the major cities. So when I'm driving home to Albany to visit my parents, I'm hitting repeaters in Columbus.
Oh, cool.
And just seeing, just while I'm mobile.
Yeah.
Just seeing what's up. And when I get to Albany, I had some conversations there. And you just never know who you're going to meet. And you get to have some pretty interesting conversations.
Yeah, and I've tried to hit repeaters too, GMRS repeaters specifically in Fishers, Indiana, and down in St. Augustine. There's a repeater up in Jacksonville that's reachable from that area. It's funny because the amount of activity that we have on our network, almost any time of the day, you can call out and get an answer. On some of those repeaters, they're busy in the afternoon drive time or in the morning drive time, and they're dead in the evening. And they're dead all throughout the day. Yeah. So hopefully that's changing as time goes on.
Right.
But that seems to be pretty common among GMRS repeaters throughout the region. Now, there's some GMRS repeaters over in the Augusta area. If you travel through there,
Yeah.
they're busy.
Yeah,
So-
I've heard those too.
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
in
they're-
North Carolina, they have some strong repeaters
Yeah.
there too.
Yeah, so
membership.
they're more active in GMRS than maybe some other regions are. So that's pretty cool. Well, good stuff. Well, Joe, go ahead and relax in that chair, and but I think in time you're going to get bitten, and you're going to find that I want to start doing some stuff in HF, and maybe I want to start talking to some people around the world and find out what's going on. Everybody speaks English in amateur radio, no matter what part of the world they're from. So we have that luxury of not having to try to figure out how to speak Ukrainian or how to speak Japanese. We don't have to do that because they have taken the time. Let's break. They have taken the time to learn our language and speak our language over the air. So that's kind of a neat little luxury that we enjoy. Now I know a lot of foreign cultures, culturally, we are monolinguistic, whereas many other cultures are multilingual.
Right.
So. And in Europe, it's not uncommon for people to know 3, 4, 5 languages. I know of a singer who speaks, she reads and she writes in 7 different languages. She's Ukrainian.
Wow.
And so if you ever, before the Russian-Ukrainian thing happened, if you ever listen to that band, it's a Russian band that copies the music of Chicago. Perfectly.
Oh yeah.
Perfectly. Wow. And it's funny because there was the drummer for Chicago, I can't remember his name, but he was in an interview, he was talking about this band, Leonid and Friends, how they play Chicago's music better than Chicago does because they never play it the same way twice.
Right.
Every night when they perform, they play the songs, but nobody's ever worried about making it match the record.
Right.
Whereas the Leonid and Friends, they've actually charted out all of the notes, and they play it exactly like it was on a record. So neat stuff. If you're into that sort of thing, check out Leonid and Friends. It's a fascinating band. But they all speak English. They're all singing in English, American rock and roll music.
Right.
And in amateur radio, it's English around the world. So all you have to do is pass the test, and you get into HF radio, and you can talk to people from countries that you can't even pronounce. So cool stuff. We were involved in some contesting, Julie and I, and Julie loved it. She got hooked, and she got engaged on the radio. She wouldn't get off the air. She made 111 contacts in 47 different countries.
Wow.
In the course of about 5 or 6 hours.
Nice.
So
That's amazing.
yeah,
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Was it on 10 or 20 meters or what?
it was all over the place.
Okay.
As the bands were changing, so was she. And
nice.
we were moving around, and she had good coaches, and but it was a really fun experience. It was Islands on the Air activation, and we were at Dauphin Island, Alabama, and it was a great contest, great experience. All right, next on our list we have a rash of YouTube check-ins. So let's see. It looks like I stopped at looks like probably Kilo November 4. No, we talked with Scott briefly. Kilo November 4, Sierra Lima Tango. After that, we've got Kilo Oscar Quebec. That's not a valid. Something's not right about that call sign.
Where are we at?
Line 16.
Oh, we need the break.
Yeah, let's break. Philip? Do we fat finger that one?
Philip. Oh, that looks like it's got way too many letters in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet you that's no 0. Let's go back. Pulling up the YouTube list. Philip.
All right, while we're trying to figure that out, we've got Kilo Oscar 4, Echo Alpha Juliet, William from Roswell, checking in on YouTube. And we're going to take a look and see if we have any additional YouTube check-ins, as well as correct that one from Philip. Philip, we've got you in here. We'll see if we can sort out this call sign, and we'll go from there. So at this time, I'm going to open up for any additional check-ins, any questions or comments about anything that we've talked about, or any other questions that you might have, even if it's off topic. Net control standing by.
Comment.
Was that Colt?
I think so. Yeah.
November Oscar, where it's November 0. You got me saying that. November 0, Delta Lima Mike. I'm in. I got my radio problems figured out, I think.
I fixed Phillips.
Okay.
0. Alpha Mike Tango on comment.
That is
All right, Colt, we got your comment. Oh, caps lock.
Gotta love the caps lock.
All right, I heard a check-in from Dana converting his YouTube check-in to an RF check-in, and a comment from Colt. Actually, I think we heard Colt comment. Colt, do you have two comments?
He's got 2 comments.
I think he's got 2 comments. So hold on to.
He's used to not being heard, so I think that's why he come back twice, right?
That could be. Hold your comments. Hold your horses, and we'll be with you here in just a minute. But let's go check out the noodle. That would be November 0, Delta Lima Mike. Oscar 0. Oscar 0. Dana, what are your interests in upgrading from your current lofty position? You gonna move higher on the mountain?
Well, good evening, guys, and doing a great job as always. And yeah, I'm very interested. I'm going to be doing my general here pretty soon, and get that tucked away. Probably where I will stop. It goes against my grain, being as old as I am and still taking tests. Let me break. I do have a question, maybe for some of the folks out there. Do you have to be an NGARA member to take advantage of the ARA testing sessions? Go ahead, back to you.
Do you know the answer?
You push the pedal? I didn't hear a pedal. No, I do not know the answer, but I would guess that you do not have to be.
Oh, that's a great guess, and that is a correct guess. So, actually, you don't even have to be a member of North Georgia GMRS.
Nice.
We specifically are targeting the North Georgia GMRS group,
Right, because that's what we have access to, right?
Right. I mean, that's the pool of people that we're actively seeking to introduce to amateur radio, but it's certainly not exclusive to that group. So not only do you not need to be a member of NGGMRS or NGARA, you can be a member of a different ham club,
Right.
and still take a test with us. That there's no. It's open to everybody.
And
I
if
guess
you're a member of another ham club and you know somebody that needs to take the test, please share the information.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I expect most ham clubs are going to test their own.
Right.
But for whatever reason, if our test is more convenient because of location or because of timing or because it's free.
Right.
All right? I mean, most ham clubs, let's face it, most ham clubs are going to give you the first year's membership when you pass the test. We're not going to do that.
Right.
most ham clubs are going to use that application fee that they get from you to offset what your membership would be.
Right.
Technically, they're only supposed to charge whatever their expenses are related to offering you that test.
It's usually in the $15 range or something like
$15 is the limit. So
Is it-
even if it costs them more,
that.
like for instance, say it costs $500 for them to rent the hall that they're going to use to give the test in,
Right.
they can't charge more than $15
Per person.
per person. So
Or is it per test? I wonder.
no, I
don't
believe
know.
it's per person.
Okay.
So if they may only offer one test,
That's true.
they don't necessarily have to offer
Multiples.
all of the tests. But if you pass your technician, we will offer you the general if you are prepared for it. So if you tell me that you've studied, then we'll go ahead and offer you the general. If you haven't studied for it, then is it really worth your time
Right.
to take that test? I tried it and I missed by one.
Yeah.
And the point that someone made was, yeah, but you didn't pass.
Right.
Yeah, but I only missed it by one. Yeah,
You still
but
didn't
you
pass.
missed it. Had you studied, you probably would have passed. And that's true. That is very true. So I think that's where we're going to be. We'll see how that plays. That's a policy that we may adopt as change as we go. But for now, we're going to live under that rule. So, but yeah, to answer the question, Dana, even you are able to test with us to get your general. Let's break. So with that in mind, hopefully you'll be ready and prepared on the 18th for your general examination, and come on down to Woodstock. We'll get it to you for free. All right. Dana, did you have anything in addition to that?
Oh, just brand new radio that I'm on. Maybe if you could let me know, am I missing anything? Does it sound all right?
What do you think? Does he sound okay?
He sounds okay, but I wondered, how did you get another radio on that desk?
Well, yeah, he's probably going to have to get a bigger desk here
I was
before
just saying,
long.
you need a desk. So
but
the picture we showed for you, I mean, you got 15 radios.
But I think
20
he wants to
radios?
know how he sounds. Do you think there's too much bass? Should he bring up the mid-range a little bit?
Something, yeah, maybe.
I
little.
think he's probably okay. Dana, you could probably, after the net, you could go to the YouTube video and you could hear exactly how you sound
That's a
to
good
us
point.
right here
I
in
think I've heard that point before.
Studio Vanguard. So give that a try, and let's see where we're at. We're at 1 hour and 39 minutes in the video, Dana. So go to that point in the video to hear yourself, and you'll be able to hear the same thing that we hear.
I
right
think
here
you
in
sound great.
Studio Vanguard. Speaking of sounding great, I know he's doing the best he can. Colt, that would be Kilo 0 Alpha Mike Tango. Colt,
2 comments.
he's got 2 comments. What's the first one?
Kilo 0 Alpha Mike Tango. Yeah, I sound just as good as I look up here in the carpet capital world, Dalton, Georgia, downtown Dalton.
We know you're doing the best you can.
First comment is the 6-meter band for Moonbounce. We don't really talk about it. It's like Fight Club. We just don't talk about that, like MERS. But that's where the jam is for the most of it, and the VHF for the first people to start out. UHF is very uncommon, but some people do it for Moonbounce. The second comment is, I tell you, man, if we do one of those BE sessions or testing sessions up here in Dalton, I would be much eager to donate a free food buffet ticket to anybody that passes their general or their extra. This is
Free
Kilo
salad.
0 Alpha Mike Tango. Back to you at the Tiki Bar.
Well, that's not just a free salad. That's the free buffet. Now, is that a free buffet with the purchase of a salad? Is that how that works, Colt?
I know the owner of the establishment, so we could probably work a deal.
All right, I like it. Well, then, Colt, if you want to go to work and find us a location. We'll target sometime late June, maybe mid-July. We don't want to do early July. There's always something going on early in July. Can't think of what it is. But it's a celebration of 250 of something this time around.
I got a new license plate.
You got a license plate?
Yeah, the Georgia come out with the 250 anniversary license plate.
Ah, well, you have $90 for that?
There was no charge.
Really?
I had to renew my license anyway, so when I renewed it, I just asked for the new plate. They gave it to me.
Ah,
Okay.
Nice.
that's cool.
It is.
When do you have to get a new plate?
I don't know. You have to.
Because I just keep getting stickers to put on mine.
But I asked for that plate, so she gave me that plate.
You know when I put my 26 sticker on?
I mean, how thick is the stickers you got on the back?
It's
here?
pretty thick.
Okay.
When I put my 26 sticker on, I put it on top of the 24. When I pulled my registration out to get rid of the old one, it still had the sticker on it.
Forgot to put it on.
They just scan it now anyway, so they don't even look at it.
Apparently, they don't look at the sticker even
No.
when you're out of state. So I don't recommend that, but I legitimately put my 26 sticker on top of the 24,
Nice.
and the 25 was in my glove box. It's not anymore, but it was in the glove box, and I'm glad I didn't get pulled over. But I guess if I did get pulled over,
You had that. You had it.
I had the sticker, but yeah.
I guess it depends on how nice you were when you say, "Oh, I forgot to put it on."
Well, how many times have you been pulled over for a tag light out?
Right.
Yeah. How many
can't-
times have you been pulled over because you were over the center line?
I haven't. I can't remember the last time I've been pulled over.
I've been pulled over for both of those.
Yeah.
Only in Georgia.
Only in Georgia.
Yeah.
I don't think I've been pulled over
and-
in 20 years.
And very obviously they were sobriety checks. I don't think there was any over the center line going on, but in both instances I had a car full of kids. So maybe over the center line did happen.
Right.
But and I haven't been pulled over for ages. But I did get pulled over for both of those and then sent on my happy way.
Well, we got off on a side road there, didn't we?
Always do. Yeah. Always do. All right, did we get Colt's, what was Colt's second comment?
I think he's got both because
He's got them both
said
in.
The
the moon
6 meter
bounce and then the free salad.
free salad.
He really
Free
wants
buffet.
wants somebody to have a free salad. I think is what's going on.
I think so.
Yeah. So the legacy of the free salad will never die.
No, never.
All right. Oh, well, that puts us.
Is that it? We're at the end of the list.
I think that's the end of it. So do we want to break one last time, or do we want to just go for it? Either way, I got to find the right page.
Well, the light just came on anyway, so
We need to take a break.
yeah.
That is not what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's the same trouble I have. I'm just going to hold the key down.
But we need a break.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Well, I'm just going to hold the key down anyway.
okay.
Bobby's going to know, and I'm probably the only one that cares. It's not like we're saying anything that matters. I got to find that page. Is it? I think it's right here. All right. All right, let's break. 1,000, 2, 1,000. Bobby's not here, but he's going to be if we don't do this right. All right. Who says yellow?
I don't. Am I yellow?
You're yellow.
I'm yellow. Where are we at? This concludes the biweekly NGARA Regional Net.
And next week on the North Georgia GMRS Network, we're going to talk about what are we going to talk about?
I don't know. I have to switch tabs and now I'm going to not find it.
You know, and I looked at that earlier today.
Oh, I don't have it pulled up.
It's right here. We're going to talk about emergency power equipment and capabilities on the NGGMRS side. So plan on checking in on emergency power if you're able to.
If you're able to, yes.
Yeah,
That's a
so
good test.
I think so. And emergency power can be a couple of things, right? Because not everybody has a big old Generac hanging out in the backyard.
Nope.
So if you don't have the big old Generac and you don't have a battery bank in the garage, if you don't have those kind of things, your emergency power plan could be as simple as an HT.
HC, yeah.
Or it could be a matter of jumping in the car and firing up the mobile for the purpose of checking into the net. So consider what your emergency power options are. And if you want to go full tilt and you want to fire up that generator and you want to transfer your power over, you can do that too.
Right.
So
You might get extra points next week if you on battery powder, right?
that's right. Yeah. So in terms of scoring for the contest, I didn't know there was going to be a contest, but apparently,
Oh, no.
apparently there is.
Maybe.
We can make that happen. So that's what's next on next week on the North Georgia GMRS Network. Tony, go ahead.
Well, one question of YouTube. Any new updates on NGARA repeaters? Any new updates?
Nothing at this time, but I do know there's development work happening at the Signal Mountain site.
Right. And I think on the North Georgia GMRS ARA side of the webpage, it has, I don't know if there's any new updates on there, but it will give you the list of the future
sites.
Future sites.
So Mount Alto is one that's coming up.
That's in Rome.
Yes. And I think there's a lot of us that are excited about getting that one online. The Hobbit station should be back soon. I know that repeater was sent off for repair, and I believe it's been returned. So it's just a matter of getting it reconnected and checked out. So we should be real close on the Hobbit station being back up and on the air. Mount Alto is going to require. We're going to have to go up there. I think the cabinet that's there is too small.
Really?
So we're it's going to be a full day to go up there. We're going to pull all the GMRS stuff out of the cabinet and then pull the cabinet out, put a new cabinet in, remount all of the GMRS equipment, mount the amateur radio equipment. Somebody's going to have to climb the tower. Let's break. Someone's going to have to climb that tower and install another antenna. I'm not exactly sure.
It's a lot of work for one day.
How that's going to work, and what might end up having to happen if we don't climb the tower, we may end up having to use like a combiner, because I just don't know on that tower where a second antenna can be installed.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't believe the cabinet that's up there is
big enough.
I think the cabinet's going to have to be changed out. So it's going to be an all-day project. Whether climbing is involved or not, I think we're going to be up there all day. So I don't know when that's coming.
Okay.
I don't know who the crew is going to be, but whoever gets selected to be the crew on that job, will have to do a lot of walking and carrying upstairs.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, the site versus the parking area.
Can't get close.
You can't get close. No, so that's going to be a bit of a trick, but you only have to do it once. So we're only going to carry the stuff up there with one time.
Right.
We will be carrying the small cabinet away, but everything else that we carry up there should stay, other than tools.
Nice.
So yeah, that'll be an all-day project coming up. I think sometime very soon. I think we have. Well, I don't know about if we need a combiner. I don't know that we have that yet.
Okay.
But we should have most of the hardware in hand for the Mount Alto site. Signal Mountain is another one that I think we're really excited about. So that's going to give us a pretty interesting package of coverage up there.
Is that the High Shoals?
Signal Mountain up in Chattanooga.
Oh, okay. That's the Chattanooga site.
Yeah.
Okay. They're listed. It's not listed. It's listed as Chattanooga or Ducktown, and then High Shoals. Is what the website's showing.
High Shoals. I'm not sure where High Shoals is.
Or Upson is the 2-meter.
Okay.
I'm just showing.
Yeah. Well, I guess I need to get some clarity on that. So.
Things change.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get back to the script here. We would like to thank you for allowing us to serve as your net controllers this evening. Be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And remember, comments in the chat show interaction with the channel and help go a long way to help us grow our channel.
Well, good night, everyone. This is KR4HBU.
And this is N4TVZ, Tony.
And this is KN4HYN. My name is Justin.
We are North Georgia Amateur Radio Association.
And we are clear. Good night, everyone.
Night.
M0 DOM.